let's talk about the next question, that is question number 10, and in the question number 10 we have to differentiate or distinguish between monocots from dicots. Now both monocots and dicots belong to the phylum or division Angiospermae, which is the most advanced plants on earth. But we have to differentiate between monocots and dicots. So if we talk about the monocots, then monocots are known as monocots because of the presence of one cotyledon in their embryo. Whereas if we talk about the dicots, then dicot embryo have two cotyledons. Alright. In case of monocots, the pollen grains of monocots have one pore generally, and in case of dicots, the pollen grain have 3 or more germinal pores in them or furrows in them. If we talk about the flower in monocots, flower of monocots may be trimerous. Alright. If we talk about the dicot plants, then dicot plants have tetramerous or pentamerous flowers. If we talk about the venation of leaves in monocot plants, then it would be parallel venation, and in case of dicot plants, the venation is reticulate. If we talk about the root of monocot plants, they are adventitious, and if we talk about the root of dicots, they have arise from radicle. If we talk about the vascular bundle of monocots, the monocot stems have vascular bundles, and the vascular bundles in the stems of monocots are present in the scattered form, whereas in dicots, the vascular bundles in the stem of dicot plants are present in a ring manner. Alright, and last but not least, the monocots have no secondary growth, and if in case of dicots, the secondary growth is present in them. Now let's write the differences between monocot and dicot. Here we have monocot, and here we have dicots. So let's write about the very first thing, that is, these are monocots because the embryo have only one cotyledon, and in case of dicots, the embryo have two cotyledons, That is why the name given to these kind of plants is dicotyledon plants, dicotyledonous plants or dicots, and the name of these plants have given as monocots or monocotyledonous plants. Next, if we talk about next thing, then the flower in them is trimerous flower. That means the flower parts are present in them in the multiples of 3, and in case of monocots, dicots, the flowers are present in the form of tetramerous flowers, or pentamerous flowers. Alright, if we talk about the furrow in pollen grain, then the furrow in pollen grain is generally 1, and in case of dicots, the furrow in pollen grain is generally 3 or more. Now, the venation, leaf venation is parallel in them, and in case of dicots, the leaf venation is reticulate. It is reticulate, network like structure. Then the vascular bundles, are present in the scattered form, are present in scattered form, whereas in them, in dicots, the vascular bundles are present in ring manner or ring form. No secondary growth is found in case of monocots. No secondary growth. And in case of dicots, secondary growth is present. So this is the complete solution of question number 10, that monocots have only one cotyledon in their embryo. They have two. The flower is trimerous, that means the floral parts are in the multiples of 3 in them, and the floral parts of dicots are present in the multiples of 4 or in multiples of 5. They have parallel venation, they have reticulate venation. The furrow in pollen grain is 1. They have 3 or more furrows in their pollen grain. The vascular bundles are scattered form. They are arranged in a ring manner. There is no secondary growth found in monocots, whereas secondary growth is found or can be seen in the dicot plants.